Shalom, friends, and welcome to this week's installation of a Bisseleh Torah, which translates from the Yiddish as a little Torah, a kind of foretaste of what we're about to encounter this weekend, as we read the parsha called Toldot. It is found in Genesis, Bereshit, chapter 25, and it begins with those words, Ele Toldot. These are the generations of Isaac. And it talks about Abraham being the progenitor, the father of Isaac, and then wending on its way to future generations is how the rest of the book of Genesis will proceed. What is most fascinating is that we are talking about the generations that began with Abraham and wended their way throughout all of the epochs until it reached you, which is why we begin our Amidah, our sacred, holy, silent prayer, by saying, God of Abraham, God of Isaac, and God of Jacob, and we invoke our mothers as well, Sarah, Rebecca, Rachel, and Leah. Why do we do that? Well, for a couple of reasons. One, because we want to understand where we came from, so we can better understand who we are and the message that we are going to pass on, hopefully, to future generations. Is not this the meaning of Toldot, generations? That we are supposed to be the conduit between what came before us and what shall follow us. This is a sacred, powerful duty that is our responsibility to mete out. There's another meaning to the beginning of the Amidah as well, and that is Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, and Sarah, Rebecca, Rachel, and Leah all knew God in their own individual way. They had a personal relationship with God. And that is emphasized by the fact that we are now, as we begin that prayer, also entering into a sacred, holy, individual relationship with our Maker as well, which is unlike anyone else's because ours is personal and specific for us, tethering ourselves to the Almighty. There's one other interpretation of the word Toldot that I would like to share with you. It's a Hasidic interpretation, which goes like this. Generations does mean the people who came before us and the people who come after us, and we being the conduit between all of that, the generations of humanity. But generations also means that which we generate, that which we create. So these are the generations of Isaac. He was a master of creation, a creation of the things that he generated in his life, which were prayer, which were the ideas and ideals of sitting faithfully with God, studying the holy texts and scriptures. According to legend, he studied in the Academy of Shem and Ever, and he learned because he was in the process of creating, making himself, generating spirituality, generating knowledge. So here's a question that I would like to leave with you as we contemplate this week's Torah portion. What are you generating? If your life is to be summed up with a question, what have you created in your life that you are passing on to the next generations? What would that be? Because you are gifted, you are unique, you are powerfully crafted by God to do something that nobody else can do. And what is that you are generating? What is it that you are passing on? Wish you Shabbat Shalom.